Welcome to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. You've heard all the stories of the rich and famous. But what about everybody else? Some of the greatest and funniest stories come from everyday people. Here, we share their stories and just maybe make them famous. Let's get started. Here is your host, Jason McCormick.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the podcast. I missed you. I missed your beautiful faces. Charlie, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
You doing good as always?
Oh, wait.
Oh, you forgot your shades, dude. Now we can't do it without the shades.
I got my sunglasses on tonight.
I was waiting for that. Anyways, I hope you guys have been good. It's been a while.
Tuesday night, Friday night, I'll be at the local bar.
You'll be at the local bar singing your songs.
Yep.
Are you that crazy guy that does karaoke that doesn't know how to sing at all, but just tries?
Absolutely.
It's crazy. I've been to some bar settings in my life, and I've seen people that try really hard.
Yeah.
Like they go to the bar and they sing a song they don't even know the words to, and they're like just making up words.
The karaoke, they always go too fast for me. Anyway, it's like, wait a minute,
And then they lose their.
down.
Now I have seen people though that I'm really impressed with.
Yeah,
like,
there's some really good
I'm
karaoke
like,
people.
holy smokes! Like
Hey.
they sound just like them.
That one famous show that this guy named Simon on,
Yeah,
he had a couple karaoke people, and he hates karaoke, but this one guy he liked.
because he was so good.
No, he was terrible.
He was so.
The only
Are you
thing he
talking
did,
about the she bangs?
No, not she.
She bangs.
Oh, speaking of she bang, she bot, she boo, or whatever the heck that guy did. My oldest nephew did that at his high school theater
Talent
thing.
show?
Yeah, talent show. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, that's funny.
That's awesome. Anyways,
But no, what was I going to say?
what were you going to say?
This guy did the tequila song, and all he did was
Oh, yeah. Tequila.
tequila.
That's actually pretty brilliant. And if I understand correctly, didn't he do... they were happy with that.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
They loved it.
They loved it. It was so stupid that they just loved it.
See, that ticks me off, though. Like, here we are, Charlie, like, putting our hands to the plow, working really, really hard, trying to do this podcast, and all we had to do this whole time was say tequila
Or go miniature golfing.
or go miniature golfing like that one couple that just goes around to different miniature golf courses, and that's all they do. And what do they have, like hundreds of thousands?
Oh, they've got like 35,000 subscribers.
Maybe we shouldn't do podcasts anymore. What do you guys think? Give us a bunch of... How about you subscribe to our channel, and then we'll get the hint that we shouldn't do it. By the way, I need to address something with you guys. Okay,
Uh-oh.
listen. And Charlie knows what I'm going to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so there is somebody, I can't be 100% certain, but there's somebody out there
Who is that somebody?
that keeps subscribing and unsubscribing and subscribing and unsubscribing. It's just like one person back and forth. And I don't know. I think that might mess with our algorithms.
It has to.
And so if you don't like our channel or you don't like me personally, just stay unsubscribed, please.
Maybe it's me.
Charlie, this whole time it's you. You're playing games.
Sorry, Jason.
Now I'm thinking it's Charlie. God.
Sorry, Jason.
Maybe it's my mother-in-law.
Very well could be.
No, let me explain myself. This is why I think it's probably somebody I know personally, is because we only had 160 subscribers. Okay. And so the chances of it being someone I know is, I would say, probably 75, 80% chance. And I'm pretty sure I might know who it is, but I don't know. Anyways, please, if you don't like our content or you don't like me personally, just stay unsubscribed. That's fine.
Yeah.
But moving on to bigger and better things, we would like to get to 160 and stay at 160. Well, actually,
No, we
I'd
don't
like
wanna
to
stay
get.
at 160.
I want to get past that. Okay, it's like we've been at 159, and then we went to 160, and now we're back down to 159, and then we went to 160 again, and now it's 159. So I'm getting tired of it. I got to get past that point. So you guys can help with that.
He cries all
I do cry.
day long.
It's hard to not take it personally. I don't care who you are. When you actually do this and make content and put it out there for everyone to see, then you will understand where I'm coming from and how you can take everything personally. But I do believe that you do have to grow from criticism, and that's what makes you better. But not all criticism is good either, because you got somebody that's judging you that doesn't even do anything with creating content themselves. So anyways, Charlie, what have you been up to, man?
I haven't been on for
You
a couple
haven't
shows.
been on. Well, the last one, if you guys remember, we had Paul Weiss.
I was upset I didn't get to be on that one.
Yeah, that was a really good one. Paul Weiss from Talk Junkies. That was a really good episode. We had some really good
I'm sorry I wasn't
conversation. It would have been nice having you here too, but Daniel did a good job.
Yeah, he
Thank you,
did.
Daniel, for being on the show.
He actually did.
He's got a lot of life to him, and he's good at having conversation. And I know that I kind of caught him off guard a little bit with some political talk.
If you want to laugh about Daniel, go to his episode he was on when he told the story, his fire story.
Yeah, about him being naked. It's on there. It's on our channel. So if you want a good laugh, you want to.
I can't see.
Charlie can't see, but I like the sunglasses. I think that feeds into the making us famous thing. But yeah, check out his episode when he talks about how he was naked putting out a fire. But yeah, the last episode was good, and I hope to have him on again soon. But anyways, we missed having you, Charlie. It's like it's not the same without Charlie Bartha.
I'm sure you got along just fine without me.
We did all right. We managed, but it's like it's just not the same without you, man.
Isn't it?
Hey, I wonder what that if that guy's watching, or he's going to be watching this podcast that was judging you about
Look,
your cell phone.
Yeah, I have a gray shirt on today, not a green one, and my name's Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, Charlie got a criticism the other day, and it was pretty funny. Some dude was telling him how he needs to learn how to use his cell phone.
Oh boy.
And Charlie was happy about that. Yeah, anyways, so guys, I told you that a while back I was trying to do a diet. I was going to start February 1st, I believe, doing the keto diet. And I got to be honest. I got to be real with you guys. It's been very difficult. And I've been failing miserably. I have made more positive choices in my health.
Wait. The first night you went out for pizza.
The first day I went out for pizza, but okay, I was fooled because I thought that Minsky's had the cauliflower crust. Well, I had their cauliflower crust, but you informed me that it has more in it than just cauliflower. It was the best pizza I think I've ever had.
Well,
it was amazing. It was a Mediterranean pizza with garlic, olive oil, pesto.
Let's just put it this way. I'm allowed 30 net grams, and that had 22 carbs.
And the whole
One
pizza.
slice.
In one slice?
One slice.
Oh, man. Yeah, I went way beyond that. I ate like half the pizza. Here I am thinking I'm doing a good thing. Gosh. It's really hard. Dieting is extremely hard. So tell me about your journey with keto thus far, because if you've listened to the other shows, you know that Charlie's been doing the keto for a while, since August, I believe, right?
Yeah, they say not to do keto very long, but I have been a lot healthier. I had knee problems before, and those are gone. I've had other issues. Those are gone.
So the keto helps with inflammation?
Yeah, inflammation, yeah.
Really? Well, I've heard of people that had diabetes that basically helping with the symptoms of diabetes.
Well, because you're cutting sugar out.
Right. You don't have to worry about the
using
insulin or whatever.
Yeah, you're using natural sugars, or artificial sweeteners, and keto is net carbs anyway. So you subtract that plus your dietary fiber. But yeah, I'm approaching 80 pounds. I'm kind of hit a plateau.
He's approaching. He lost 80 pounds. Not Charlie is 80 pounds.
My right arm's 80 pounds.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, wow. So yeah, that's cool. So you're still sticking with it. You're kind of, are you giving a little bit though?
Oh yeah.
Just a little bit? Because I know you had some bread the other day when we went out to eat. You had some bread.
Oh, you mean those chips?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos, 12 to 15 chips is 12 grams.
Good job, Charlie. We're all going to give him a...
So that permanent, and then I didn't have anything to eat that day, so that was the first time I ate. I didn't have no breakfast.
So you were able to still stay within your carb limit.
I might have been over a few, but...
I mean, what's a few carbs here and there?
But you go way over once you've been on it for a while, at least in my case, you're going to know it because your belly's going to hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I did. I mean, when I was faithful that one day...
And you know when you've been faithful and been on it for a while because you'll get what they call a keto flu. Where your body's adjusting to it, and it's almost like you have.
But what if it's COVID-19?
Everything's
and
COVID-19.
And you think
everything's COVID-19.
But it could be the keto flu.
You know, my sister's up in Michigan. She's gone to the doctor. She got sinus infection. She finally, after 20 times calling the doctor, not quite that many, but numerous times calling the doctor or going and seeing the doctor, they finally prescribed her a Z-Pack. They just complained, well, these are new symptoms. You didn't have these before. You didn't have these before. She's like, yeah. So they're trying to push it off as COVID.
So what's the Z-Pack?
Strong antibiotics. You start off taking they come in rolls like this, and so you gradually wean yourself off. So I don't know how many, I haven't taken one in so long, I can't remember, but I know it was pill packets about this wide and about this tall. And about the size of your cell phone, actually. And then there's like 5, 6, or 7, 8 maybe in the first roll you take. Then you gradually go down to 6, and then 4, and 3, or 2, and 1 until you're done.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had those, but yeah. So I am we were just talking about keto, or not? Yeah, we were talking about keto, and then we got into the COVID-19. And let's just say this: I'm so over this. I'm so tired of wearing a mask. And I keep hearing that there's new strands of COVID-19 that are all over the place. And,
COVID has been around. It's nothing new. It's been around since the 60s.
Well, apparently it's like evolving. And
whatever.
But now that we said COVID-19, the freaking, YouTube's going to fact check and put...
That's not what we said.
Yeah, we didn't say COVID-19. You did not see or hear. Oh, man. So I've talked about my job before, which is tied to COVID-19 because we make the test kits. And I got to tell you something, Charlie, what happened the other day. I didn't tell you about it.
You finally figured out if you're working on the positive or negative side?
Yeah, I'm working on the positive side. That might be why I got it one time. So this happened, guys. You won't believe this. It's probably never happened to anyone out there in the world. So I was at work, and I was in my suite. We have like 4 suites, and there's 4 lines to each suite, and I'm in suite 4. And these lines, they bring out the tubes and label them.
Do they have better food in that suite?
Yeah, I wish. I wish there was food, but instead it's tubes with media in it. Anyways, so I was in my suite, and do my thing. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, the fire alarm went off in the whole building, and they did not inform us that there was a fire drill. And so we're all we kind of froze for a second. We're like, what's going on? And then immediately everybody just kicked in, and me and another sweet lead, we went and we cleared everybody out. We said, all right, guys, go to the exits, get out right now. And we went to the back of the building. Yeah, pretty much. We basically, it took us, everyone just did what they learned in school pretty much, and I thought we did a pretty good job, but me and this other person went to the back. We did a sweep of the building, made sure everyone was out. The only place that I didn't look was the bathrooms.
That's where I've been.
I didn't want to go in the women's bathroom and be like, hey guys, there's an alarm. But we did pretty good. The funny thing though is it's been really
smoking in the bathroom that caused it.
No, I don't even know. I think it was a malfunction with something in the electrical, but we went outside and it's so cold lately, like freezing cold, 8 degrees here in Missouri. And the Midwest, and so people didn't have their coats, so they were outside in short sleeve shirts. And there was this one, there was a younger girl that was freezing, and I thought I had 2 coats on, and I was going to be a gentleman.
Wait, how'd you get coats and nobody else did?
Because I was an idiot, and I went to my locker, which was by the door. All right, it was by the door, and so she was going to take my jacket, but then this other dude ended up taking my jacket because he had no sleeves at all, and he just wore it instead of her. I'm like, that's not really cool, man. Like, you got to, help ladies out.
Oh, speaking of that.
Uh-oh.
That's a good time to bring up MLM.
Oh, yeah, Men's Lives. Yeah, Charlie, tell us about it.
Men's Lives Matter. Yep, that's a new group that I'm going to start.
Boy, we're definitely going to be ending this show after YouTube's going to just tear us to pieces.
Men's Lives Matter. We're taking back the throne. No longer are we going to have to lift up the seat. The women are going to have to put the seat, put down a seat. The women are going to have to put the seat up for us.
Ladies, you hear that? Men are tired of lifting the lid and peeing in a giant hole. Our aim is better than what you think. And, some guys. I mean, I'll tell you what. I've been, at my work, I've seen it to where it's like, dude, they peed all over the wall.
Yeah, that's crazy. They
even like crapping everywhere. It's like, dude, there's a freaking hole right there. You should be able to hit the target. But anyways, ladies, men are removing themselves from the responsibility this day forward. This day forward.
Is there anything else we should put forward in this initiative?
Huh?
Is there anything else we should do?
There should be a men's Bill of Rights. We should make a men's Bill of Rights. I decree on this day, therefore we shall not lift the lid of the toilet
anymore.
We shall pee how we choose to pee.
To pee or not to pee? That's the question.
Not to pee. Oh, you beat me to it. That's good. So I learned that long ago. I mean, it's kind of like beaten into men's brains that you lift the lid. I'm trying to teach my son that because he just pees all over the place. But
lift the lid when he goes?
Yeah, I'm like, lift the lid. And then I try to tell him, when you put the lid down, you don't slam it, because where the lid will just bounce up off the toilet and split the porcelain. It's crazy, man. But Charlie's really good at peeing. You want to share with the audience about the strategy of a good pee? Like,
it all depends on if your mom used Fruit Loops or Cheerios. Because the Fruit Loops were easier to aim at than the Cheerios.
The Cheerios, you have to have better aim. I didn't use either. I didn't need to.
I tried using those for my girls, but they just kind of, what the heck?
That's funny. Yeah,
I was looking at the wrong,
yeah,
I was looking at the wrong manual, I guess.
if you're a girl and you can't pee in a toilet, that's when you're sitting right over the hole. That's wow. But according to some ladies that have talked to me, because I would complain about how nasty men's bathrooms are, and they're like, "Listen, you don't even want to know how disgusting women's bathrooms can be," and they left it at that. And I didn't want to go into it. I didn't want to know anymore, but I believed them when they told me.
Oh
that.
yeah. Well, I've been into some women's bathrooms. Some intentionally, some not. Because man, when you gotta go, right?
So you
There's a man.
used women's.
If there's a
bathroom.
men and it's a one staller and a women's, and if I can't get into men and I gotta go, it's either on the floor or it's in the women's bathroom.
And you chose the women's bathroom
Chose
instead of
women's
the
bathroom.
floor.
Yeah.
I think that's a good decision.
Yeah. Or the wall.
Or the wall,
Yeah.
or outside.
Just like the other day, coming home from work, I made sure it was cold, extremely cold. We got a little bit of snow down here, and people with ice underneath it, so they don't know how to drive on ice, let alone snow down here. And so there's accidents everywhere. Cars are going 2 miles an hour. So I'm on 435, one of the main highways around. It makes a loop all the way around Kansas City. And I made sure I went to the bathroom before I left work. And lo and behold, I only got like 20 minutes. It's like 16 miles to work, if that. And I get to state line, not even to state line. And I'm like, oh man, I gotta go already again. And so we're poking along and stopping, and we're poking along and stopping, poking along and stopping. So I got off on state line. Made it to that quick trip that's right there. Made it to the bathroom. Yeah, that does deserve a round of applause.
Guys, Charlie
Cindy's on the phone, just says, you're not going anywhere, just get out and go.
Charlie made it. He made it to the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
That is it's a proud
The
moment.
adult diapers are going to be, I don't have to have those quite yet.
The depends.
Depends on what.
I've had some close. I mean, I'm sure people love to hear us talk about bathroom stuff on the podcast. Hey, somebody does. Yeah. Somebody out there likes it, and we may lose another subscriber because of this. That's all right, man. But I mean, everybody's had close calls, and especially as you get older and more advanced in age, you have to pee a lot more, and you probably have to do the number 2. And everybody's got to do number 2, but it gets more urgent when you get older. So,
yeah, Jason, by the way, you're not far from that point, by the way, just to let you know.
The exam?
Yeah.
I thought about doing it early.
Just because you like it or what?
Because I have a fantasy of having someone probing my bunghole. I'm just kidding. So, no. I'm sorry for that, by the way, for any relatives that just heard that. No, I definitely want to talk about this. So there's a YouTuber I watched, and he shared his experience about getting the exam early, and he had I think 6 more years before he was technically supposed to get it, and when that actor passed away from colon cancer from Black Panther. It freaked him out, and he thought, man, I maybe should go early if I can, if they'll let me, and do it. I mean, what's it going to hurt to do it early? And his doctor was telling him, no, man, you don't need to. You just wait until you turn, 50? And so then he just decided, if I can do it, if I want to do it, then it doesn't hurt to do it. So anyways, long story short, he ended up getting the exam, and they found precancerous polyps. And he was thinking in his mind,
wait.
He found polyps that were precancerous that if they were left unattended, they could have.
Well, then they did a colonoscopy then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's different.
Than the prostate?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said the colon. The colon.
It's like
the colon, like they check your if you have colon cancer. And yeah, he checked it, got it done early, and they found the polyps. They took them out, and he was thinking, if I would have waited the 6 years, then I could have, that could have been full blown cancer. And I mean, once cancer takes over your body, it's really, it could do some major damage.
depends.
We're talking about Depends again. I mean, you may need some Depends,
Depends.
So let's talk about your. I mean, we're into this gross, nasty bathroom stuff, but this is a part of life, guys. You need to know this stuff. So you had the procedure that I'll have to have one of these days. So how does that go down?
You get the. Excuse my terminology, but this is basically what's referred to as the finger probe.
Yeah, the finger probe.
At 40.
They do some probing. That's right.
At 40, you get that.
Okay. Wow, I don't have very long.
That's what I said.
6 more years. So what are the steps leading up to that? So don't you have to drink some stuff?
Not for the finger probe.
So you don't have to drink stuff for the finger probe.
No.
They probe you first, and then afterwards, then they tell you. I'm lost. What do you do?
They just lube your.
Yeah, I know about that. I know how they probe you.
Okay.
So I'm talking
trying to figure
about
out where you're going with this.
don't they? I mean, don't they do a full blown exam though after that? Like,
No.
don't they put the camera
They can feel. and
if there's
know-
polyps?
Yeah, if they can, not there, you can't find polyps in there, but they can feel if you have prostate cancer or not
Oh, okay.
from that.
So okay, well then let's. So I think I'm getting them mixed up. So are they two different tests? The prostate and then the colon?
Yeah,
And you haven't had the colon exam?
I've had numerous colon exams.
And
I've had sigmoidoscopies, and I've had dysoscopy and thatoscopy, and
yeah,
I've been probed both directions numerous times.
Charlie has been violated viciously by a finger.
And not by finger.
Not by finger, but something else.
Yeah.
Wow.
And by finger, you don't have to drink the stuff, but you do have to drink the stuff.
So when you do the colonoscopy, you
colonoscopy,
have to drink
yeah.
the stuff, which clears you out.
Yeah.
And then when you go in, don't they put you under anesthesia?
Well, they're supposed to. Last
And
procedure I did, they didn't.
They didn't put you on.
That's several of them that I didn't have. It didn't work.
It didn't work on
No,
you,
the anesthesia didn't work.
and you felt you were
I'm like
total,
Turgeon, and the anesthesiologist looking at me like, uh-oh.
he's
And then she
feeling.
went to look, and my IV fell out.
Oh no, that is not good. And so you felt every bit of it.
Yeah.
Whew,
It only hurts
boy.
when they're going around the corner. It doesn't hurt when they're going straight.
Oh man.
On the positive side of this whole thing, I got 400 points for my Go 365 program for having that test done.
Good job, Charlie. Heck yeah, man. Dude, you know what we missed in our intro? I didn't use the buzzer.
Oh,
That's all right. We'll pass that up today.
Yeah.
We'll save that for a rainy day.
rainy day.
For a rainy day. But yeah, that's I'm not looking forward to that day when I have to get probed. And
I don't think anybody is.
yeah, it's like and somebody Jeff Foxworthy was sharing this hilarious
Here's your sign.
he was talking about his experience with getting a colonoscopy. I think it was Jeff Foxworthy, yeah. And it was hilarious, man. And he said like when you got done, they made you like fart, like you had to pass gas. Unless he's just totally making that up, or they did that just to be funny to tell him he had to fart. But
They probably did.
yeah, it's Jeff Foxworthy.
Well, there's different type of procedures too. So maybe one of them you have to relieve that excess gas that's built up in there from the air.
Well, speaking of probing, I read something I think last week about China wanting to do the COVID
China.
test
Want to do the COVID test?
in your anal COVID test.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine that? Like, It's like
If they,
you go
if they
through
do it
the
like they do your nose, that's gonna
yeah,
be
you go through
very,
the
very
drive.
painful.
Yeah, you go through the drive-through and you put bottoms up, like bottoms up. They just put it on a drill and just like stick it in there, get a colon cleanse and everything, man, at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
But all right, guys, we're gonna move out of the
Different
bath.
subject.
We're gonna move on from here. You won't hear any more about the bathroom stuff and anal swabs and probing and
Good gravy.
colonoscopies and gravy. Yeah. So
Speaking of gravy.
yeah, I'm sorry, Charlie. I could not help it. Guys, I'm in trouble because this morning we went to a place called Black Bear Diner, which apparently they're all over the country, and they have good breakfast.
I've got
good
3
food.
in this area.
And we went there this morning, and Charlie, we're on this keto diet, or supposed to be. Charlie's more so on it. And Charlie, he bought some biscuits and huge biscuits.
Yeah, those biscuits were like
Monstrous
They're about that
biscuits.
thick.
There's 2 of them and a side of gravy. And I am just, my mouth's watering. I'm seeing these biscuits sitting over there. And he had to say this. He had to offer the biscuits to us, which was torturous for me.
Well, it came with my birthday meal, so you know, why waste it? Send it home with somebody, Judah or Emily or Cindy or somebody will eat it. But
Well, and they ended up in my refrigerator, and I was all alone at home. Okay. And I was really bored.
hence the reason you only ate 1 stuffed pepper tonight.
And I opened I opened the refrigerator, and those babies were sitting right there, just plump biscuits. And I saw that gravy in the little
Did you
cup.
eat that omelet too?
I haven't eaten that. I'm going to eat that tomorrow. And so I heated everything up, and I hate that, man. Like the gravy, it gets really, really hot. It does, and then certain parts are cold. And I poured it over it, and I took one huge bite, man, and I scalded my top roof of my mouth, and oh, it was terrible.
Maybe that was a sign.
Yeah, it was a sign. Oh man, and I tell you what, and
Here's your sign.
speaking of signs, I believe that there are signs that happen, and let me share with you guys some things.
Let me see
One-
if I still got that. I'm gonna see if I got that sign.
The sign.
Remember when we went down to Branson and they had that thing in the bathtub shower I told you?
Oh, okay. Well, you find that while I'm sharing my story. Okay, so, all right, where do I start?
I don't know what your
Last
story's
summer, okay, I was at a gas station, and I was pumping gas at a gas station.
It's usually what
And there was
people
a
do.
family in a car next to me, and they looked very poor, and they asked me, they came up to me and they asked me if I could give them some money, and I didn't have it. I just had a debit card, and they wanted cash, and I just don't give cash out to people rarely ever. I mean, I've done it before in my life, but as I drove away, I locked eyes with this lady, and I felt so horrible, like that I didn't help her. And as I got not even 5 minutes down the road, I hit a huge pothole, and my tire exploded in my van. You remember that day I called you from the side of the highway?
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting on the side of the highway. Immediately, I'm like, okay, God, I should have helped them some way, somehow. And I didn't. And then here's the result of that.
Here's
So
your
that
sign.
was a sign. And it's kind of funny because the other day we ran over 2 nails, brand new car, brand new
Toenails?
tires, 2 nails.
Toenails?
2 toenails put a hole in our tire. That's maybe my mother-in-law's toenails. And I'm sorry about that.
No comment.
So yeah, 2 nails in the tires, and unfortunately the place could not patch them because it wouldn't be under their lifetime guarantee warranty of that tire. So I like using those plugs, like the ones you stab in there, and they work really, really well. I've never had a problem with them before, especially for a little tiny hole in your tire. But yeah, so those are the signs I've had. I've had many, many other ones that are crazier than that. Like I remember,
Here's your sign.
That's probably copyrighted too. That's crazy. So I remember one time, I got into an argument with my mom. I was outside, and we got in a really heated argument, and I was walking outside the backyard, and right when I got to the gate, I guess the wind just blew really hard suddenly, and it slammed the gate right dead in my face. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, she's that mad that she can summon the winds. Like,
That might have been funny to watch.
yeah, that's fun. But anyways, I don't know where I'm going with anything tonight.
This is about the stupidest.
What do you got for us,
This
Charlie?
is about the stupidest.
Can you save
sign.
this podcast?
This is about that's the stupidest sign
Oh, yeah.
I have ever come across. There's warning labels on everything because we have people in society that they're missing a little upstairs, but function well, I guess.
They're not fully there.
They're
but
not mentally handicapped, or
they're just not fully
maybe
there.
they're just blind. I don't know, but anyway.
Oh. Whoa, wrong one. Go ahead.
So anyway, this was in the shower of our hotel room we stayed at down in Branson this last summer. Caution, slippery when wet.
So, yeah, that's kind of stupid, man. Like, what? I don't even know what to say about
Now,
that. Like,
let's just put it this way, okay? When cruise controls come out in cars and vehicles, okay, they put them in the RVs as well. So this couple,
no way.
yeah, I am dead serious. This couple, research it. This couple, or at least this gentleman, put cruise control on, went to the back of the thing and started carrying on whatever he was doing back there with his family, and got in a car accident. And because they did not specifically put in the instructions that you could not, the car wouldn't drive itself, or the RV wouldn't drive itself, he won the lawsuit.
That's insane. Okay, we got to look that up.
That's about as bad as a criminal getting hurt because they got cut on broken glass, breaking into your house and suing you.
Or they're trying to kill you and you shot them and killed them.
Well, they can't sue you if they're dead.
That's true. Maybe their ghost can sue you. I've never heard that one before, but I'm gonna look that up, and if I can find it, I'll fact check Charlie, and I'll put it up there so you guys can see it. Are you looking right now? Charlie, the fact checker. He's looking that story up. That's crazy, man. I was actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I was looking up RVs today because I've kind of been really interested in them. I've been looking at those Airstreams. Have you ever heard of those?
Yeah, they're old.
They're old, and apparently they have like the best lifespan. Like the Airstreams last the longest because of how they're built. And I was definitely interested in what they're all about. And I know a few people that have had them, and I thought it would be cool to have one. Go camping, and I don't want one of the huge ones, but they have like a 16-foot one that I was interested in. It's pretty cool how they fit all that in that little bit of space. But the shower, I couldn't understand. So you got the toilet in the shower. It's all in one area. So when you shower, you're soaking the toilet up, which is not the problem. The problem is I saw the toilet paper roll, is right there next to the toilet. So, like when you're showering, you're soaking the toilet paper, unless you just have to take the toilet paper roll off every time you take a shower. It's weird. But anyways, guys, Charlie's on a mission right now. He's trying to find it. We can find it later, and I'll put it up there to say true or false or whatever. But people are going to do it anyway. They love to chime in and correct us. So just look at the comments. I don't think I've deleted a comment yet. I don't think. Well, actually, I did one on the children's podcast, which I think I'm going to delete, by the way. Do you think I should?
No, I'd leave it.
I mean, I'm getting some weird vibes from it. I've showed some family members, and they just kind of were like, because of some of the stuff that was coming out of their mouths, which I think is funny, But, I mean, kids talk about poop and farting and all that stuff. I mean, that's just I did when I was a kid. I thought it was hilarious, but.
Seriously?
Yeah. But, well, dude, we're at 40 minutes.
Hey, you know what's coming up around the corner. This is the 10th, so what's coming up in 4 days?
Oh, that's it. That's right, Charlie. We had something planned. You were going to entertain us with some Valentine's jokes.
I'm going to give you a few jokes, and then I'm going to read you some questions I want you to answer.
All right.
And I'll tell you how I answered them about my spousey.
Your what?
My esposa.
Oh, okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Where do all the hamburgers take their girlfriends on Valentine's Day?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because I already told you.
Yeah, I know. A hamburger fest. No. Meatball.
To a meatball.
Yay.
What do you call two birds in love?
Chirpers.
Tweethearts.
Tweethearts. That's twitty. Very twitty.
What did one watermelon say to the other? Not really a Valentine's one, but it's kind of cool.
What did one watermelon
Yeah.
say to the other? I have no idea.
You're 1 in a million. 1 in a million. 1 in a million. Watermelon.
Oh, yeah, I don't get that one.
Watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon.
You're 1 in a million.
I would have never guessed that.
All right, this is kind of for the women out there.
We can't discriminate. It's for everybody. Just go ahead.
If he doesn't appreciate your fruit jokes, you need to let that man go.
If he doesn't appreciate your fruit jokes,
Yeah.
like the fruit joke you just made before,
Yeah.
you need to let me go, Charlie.
Let that man go.
Let me go.
All right. I've got one joke here that's not related to Valentine's Day, but I thought it's kind of funny. What is lighter, water or butane?
Butane,
Do you know why?
because I figured water is the most obvious answer.
Because butane is because it's a lighter fluid.
Oh.
Come on.
Did I take I took the
Yes, you did.
son of a gun.
So this is Valentine's Day challenge, Jason.
All right, challenge me.
Okay? And then once you answer the question, I'll tell you what I answered. So, where did you meet?
Where did I meet who?
Hopefully your wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where did you meet? I met her in a parking
This is
lot.
Valentine's
I met her in a parking lot.
parking lot.
Yeah. And I wasn't stalking her. I just saw her in the parking lot.
Mine's a long story. I don't got time to tell it.
Yeah, so here's a long time ago.
Long story. I've known her for 30 years, but we've been married only 8 and together 8. 9.
9 years.
Where did you first go on your date?
Where did we first go on a date? I believe our first technical date was at it was either Applebee's or
Oh, what a place.
no, I don't know if it was that. I think it was IHOP pancakes.
Oh, that's even better yet.
Yeah, IHOP pancakes.
Let's see. My answer was I think I flew down to visit her from Michigan, and she took me to Costco and Sam's for Sample Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
And you guys pigged out on samples.
Samples, yep.
Nice.
How long you been together?
Oh man, let's see here. Holy smokes! I think I've been with my wife since 2012, 2011. No, it's 2012.
So 8 years, 9, going on 9, or 8.
It's a long time.
I've actually known Cindy and I have been together for 8 years. We've been married 8 years, and this July. And you guys are married 8 years in September.
Yeah.
Age difference.
Oh, that's amazing. So, we're all of our birthdays are extremely close. Charlie's is on the 19th. His wife is on the 1st of January, and my birthday is on January 30th, and my wife is on January 26th. So 4 days apart. So from being, we're about 4 years, almost 5 years apart.
And this is what I put. 8 years, 17 days, 16 hours, 36 minutes, and 39 seconds. But who's counting?
Sounds like you are, Charlie. What else you got for us?
Who was interested first?
Oh man, that's a good one. Okay, I have to
go down and get Emily.
No. I'll be honest. I was
Shouldn't have to be
definitely.
on camera to answer these.
That's true. I was definitely the one that was the most interested.
You want me to call her? I don't know if I can do this and call camera on too.
I could call her and then ask her. That would be hilarious. We haven't done a live call, dude. This will be
Text her
hilarious.
and tell her you're gonna.
Oh wait, I don't have her on the Bluetooth. You're the one that's hooked up to it, so I'm not even.
I don't know if I can talk to her and do this at the same time. I can make a normal call and do stuff. So
You could.
yeah.
We should have set that up. Maybe if we did a show on
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll have to try for a minute. Well, you could work all the time, so it'd be after you get out of work.
So what other questions you got for us?
So anyway, I put Ty, but if I had to choose, I'd say it's me. Who's taller?
Oh, definitely me.
Definitely me. Who said I love you first?
Probably me.
I put me too. Who's most impatient?
Probably me.
I put me too.
Dang it.
Who's most sensitive?
I think we're almost as equal.
I put Ty. Who's the loudest?
Definitely me.
I put Cindy. I'm shy. Most stubborn.
That's pretty even.
I put depends on the topic, but they don't call her the old goat for just any old reason.
Oh my God. So we may not be married after this podcast episode.
Who falls asleep first?
That definitely depends. I mean, typically I do. Because my wife will be watching a show and I'm just like out of it, especially when I work 12-hour days.
I put Cindy. Who cooks more?
Definitely my wife.
I put definitely me. Cindy don't cook anymore hardly at all. When she does, it's good, but she's also pretty busy. Bacon. Dog treats.
Bacon.
Better morning person.
I'd say at this point, right now, because of my job, I'm definitely a better morning person.
I'd say neither one of you are, but that's all right. I might put Cindy. She's definitely a better morning person than I am. Who's a better driver?
Oh man, this will get me in big trouble. Charlie, you're trying to get me killed. Okay. Oh my God. I think I'm a better driver. Dang it, man. Oh, you're killing me, Charlie.
I actually didn't answer that one when I posted on Facebook for some reason.
So you didn't even answer that question.
No.
Who's a better driver, Charlie?
If you ask Cindy, she'd say her. If you ask me, I'd say me.
So it's pretty.
She may be older, but because of the jobs I've had, I've been on the road more often than her, so my accents and stuff like that are going to probably
Be higher.
Be higher.
Okay, who's the best back seat driver? Cindy.
Cindy. Matter of fact, they even made this thing for her. And I'll have to send this to you so you can put it up for anybody else that wants to share it with their backseat driver.
And I'll have to remember where that's at on the podcast, so I don't have to.
They made a backseat driver's license.
Nice.
And what's
And
funny,
she's got one.
what's funny is it's from 1960 to 1964 is when it was issued. Guess when she was born?
1964.
1961,
1960.
I believe.
Well, I got to be honest. I am definitely a backseat driver
But you're
with
not
my
as
wife
good as
only.
her.
With my wife only, though.
You are definitely not as good as her. You know what I tell her? There's more than one windshield you can look out if you don't like it.
Yeah, just look out the side window and just imagine it all in your head.
Or I'm going to rebolt the seat so it faces our direction.
Wow.
So that goes on.
Wow.
Who's the most competitive?
Oh my gosh, my wife.
I think it runs in the
Well,
family.
you know what? Because we both compete towards each other a lot, but my wife is definitely very, very, very competitive. I did beat her in a race one time.
I have that on
barefoot,
video.
And Charlie does have it on video, but we probably don't
Yeah.
still I don't know if we still
You
have
almost killed Judah in the process.
Yeah. Let me explain that so they don't think I literally almost like he got walked out into my path when I was sprinting full force, and I jumped right over him, cleared him. But I was scared after that. I was like, wow. But all right.
So and that's why I say it runs in the family. Cindy, especially cards, she gets that from her mom, Joyce. But who's keeping score, right, Dwight?
Oh, Grandpa Dwight.
Because remember what he said at our wedding, don't keep score.
Don't keep score. That's so. One thing I love about Grandpa Dwight is every birthday he calls us and sings Happy Birthday.
Wait.
You got a recording of it?
I got it.
Oh, you know what? I got mine too on a voicemail. All right, guys, listen to this. This is my wife's grandfather.
No, it's
Hey, birthday boy. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear birthday boy. Happy birthday to you. And may you have many more. Happy birthday, Charlie. Bye-bye.
That is so amazing. He does that every year for everybody's birthday. And I talked to them about getting that recording. And how cool would that be if we got one of those drawstring? Like, you can have those made with Grandpa Dwight and then put that in the voice box. And when you pull it, it's him. I thought that would be really, really cool. Maybe we should do that for his birthday.
we could do something like that. I don't know if he listens to podcasts or not. But.
No, probably not. I told my wife, I was like, I don't even think you listen to this podcast, do you? And she's like, I listen to the podcast. Like, I don't even think we listen to the podcast.
Yeah, it's just
It's
two,
a pretty
two
boring
guys
show.
just ramble on about nothing.
Yeah, it's a pretty boring show. It's pretty crappy, to be honest with you. I don't blame you guys for unsubscribing.
But you could at least like.
But remember what I said. If you hate the show so much, subscribe to the channel. I don't know, guys. I'm trying, all right? I'm trying. I'm just so... You don't understand how hard it is to do this. And it is a lot of work.
There's
and,
one last question.
All right, Charlie. Let's take a detour
Who's
again.
the funniest?
Definitely me. But I will add this. My wife, when she can be extremely funny, especially when she's around her brother, which they're...
Oh, man, those two get together.
It's like my wife comes alive when she's around her brother.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't you do that with me?
So
But it's not the same.
I put me, although Cindy's a close second. She tries to be funny.
Yeah. Well, that was good, Charlie. I like that. We need to get Charlie's bag back in out of retirement. You guys remember when we used to do that? The what's in Charlie's bag? That was kind of fun. We haven't done food challenges in a little while, so we gotta spice up the show a little bit. Do you have any funny memes?
No, but this is kind of on the spot.
What is it?
The irony of a guy that sells pills trying to wake up America.
A guy that sells pills that's trying to wake up.
Pillows.
Oh, pillows. That's funny. I want to buy his the My Pillow guy. Mike, is it Mike Liddell?
Mike Lindell. Yep.
Lindell. He has this pillow topper that I wanted to buy and put it on my bed because it's getting uncomfortable. I ended up spending like $120 on the I think it's called Lisa or Lydia.
Joke.
Huh?
Here's another joke.
All right, let's see your joke.
What do you get when you pick a pig's nose?
A pig in a blanket?
Hamburgers. I know. It's not funny.
Oh my gosh. That was good. That was the joke of the century. We need to do we should do a meme segment. I think that would be awesome. We find our best, most favorite memes of the week and we show those up front. Maybe do it at the intro because usually people tune out of the podcast after like 5 or 6 minutes, if not sooner. So we got to catch them at the beginning.
Check this out.
So show us something good.
Check this out, Jason. It's not a meme, but I seen this in a grocery store. I'm not going to tell you which grocery store it is, but check this out. You see something wrong with that?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So, okay. They're selling Valentine XXO bracelets. It's marked $1 on the box, but they're charging $1.79. It's a great price.
What a ripoff, man.
Wait. Gets better. Gets better. This is a couple weeks later. It is now.
Oh, the price went down.
It's still $1 on the box, but it went down to $1.49 now. So,
And then when you go back,
the price is chopped.
it's chopped.
Oh,
Oh,
you just gave away what store it is.
You don't know, though.
Yeah.
You don't know. Man, you got any other good ones? Oh, by the way, guys, I can't believe that on my last episode with Paul Weiss, I put a little nugget, a little special treat for the fans at the intro of the podcast, and nobody, not even one person, noticed it.
Well, you're going to have to do it again.
It was none other than...
Hey, wait. I'll show you this one of him, and then you can say, because this is funny. Where is it at?
You got a bunch of goodies in your phone.
Where did it go? Oh my gosh.
Is that it right there? No, it's a squirrel.
That's funny. I'm not a rodent. I'm a rodent, not a meteorologist.
Oh, the Groundhog Day. You're going to have me throwing all kinds of photos in there. Are you going to even remember the ones that you actually clicked on?
Yeah. Where is that? Did I not send it?
Anyways,
I just seen it, so I know who's. I checked her earlier because I thought she.
well, anyways, I'm gonna move on from
Hang on,
here.
hang on, it's right
Oh, there
here.
it is. All right, guys, check this out. You guys know what movie this is from, and you know the person. None other than Mr. Bernie Sanders. The
Dorothy, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Bernie Sanders mittens at the inauguration day. I put Bernie Sanders and I put him in the logo of the podcast, the last episode, and I squeezed him in the O. So he's like, there's the O, and he's in the middle of it, and he didn't, or no one noticed it. So I was like, dang it, man, it wasn't funny. So I'm
you
trying.
made-
Like I said, I'm trying.
Well, on behalf of them, it was about that big. So you
It
really
was tiny,
you
but
had to
I
look.
noticed it because I put it there. But
I didn't notice it until you showed me it.
that's crazy. Well, that sucks. Anyways, guys, we are out of time. This has been an amazing show.
Jason made some changes to the studio. Did
Yeah.
You see
Oh,
that?
yeah. I didn't tell them that. Yeah, I put a LED light back there, so it's the flag is lit up. So now YouTube will definitely take us down.
You're gone.
It's American flag standing out. Yeah, I moved some things around and made it a little bit more homey. So,
And I'm back, so
Yeah.
it's even better. Yet.
oh, dude, we have to talk about. This is the last thing, and I'm going to end this. We're from Kansas City, and yes, we can't stand Tom Brady because he freaking destroyed the Chiefs. And it wasn't just him. It takes a team to win. But that was a brutal beating. I know you didn't watch it,
Nope.
but I watched it, and it was depressing. It was a brutal takedown of the Chiefs. And I was expecting to see a game. And in my opinion, the offensive line totally failed, and they destroyed us. They kept breaking past the offensive line and taking Patrick Mahomes down. It was insane. Terrible. And I would have to say probably some things that played into that was the fact that Andy Reid, his son was just in a wreck. He had a DUI, and he ran into this family and almost killed these children. And one of them was in critical condition, and I think has been pulling through since then. And I'm sure he had that on his mind because his son just did that, and his son was supposed to be at the game for the Chiefs. And I believe, don't criticize me or attack me for not knowing this, but I think he was the offensive line coach, and that's where they dropped the ball, basically, was in the offensive line. So he wasn't able to be there. So yeah, I think that plays a factor in why they got
What I know
brutally-
about football, though, is your quarterback is the coach on the field.
Yeah, but they still have to do the plays that they're
Your
told.
quarterback is the coach on the field. Who gets the glory at the end of the game for winning?
Unfortunately, it's just
The quarterback.
the quarterback gets all the glory, even though it took the whole team.
I didn't watch the game. I'm just speculating. I haven't watched a football game all season because of the political aspect that they brought into it. I've served my country, and that is, people take offense to this and take offense to that. Well, I take serious offense to somebody kneeling during the Pledge of Allegiance or the flag, because I served my country. So
Well,
I haven't watched a football game. Haven't watched any sports, actually, even the ones I really love. Because they're throwing, it's getting too political. They're playing games
do you
all
want?
across the board.
Well, we could take.
Baseball, football,
I agree. I agree.
racing.
It's all about politics now, and it's not about entertainment and just watching sports. Like, people are getting into politics and divisive things that bring division. But now we're taking the podcast another direction.
Yeah, we need to go too because it's. Well, wait. I'll leave it at this. So, you remember Dale Earnhardt, right?
Yes.
Okay, and he died in a crash at Daytona
Yep.
several years ago. Okay. He was on the verge of starting his own league, his own racing league, because he had got fed up with the political crap that was going on in NASCAR.
No way. And you think he got whacked?
No, I mean, soft walls are more prominent since his accident. They padded the walls, but there's a lot of factors that played up to it. He didn't get taken out because of that. No. Sterling Marlin was the car that was involved in the accident with him, and he got hate mail galore and got blamed for that. And you take your life on your line when you go out racing anyway. But he had watched too much crap going on by what I call the Wonder Boy. I have a different terminology that starts with a W that I can't use. Get slid through tech under template. I mean, there's photos, there's footage out there, and but in the process of doing that, they brought women to the sport, and then sport grew because they did what they did. So it was all about money for them. And Dale Earnhardt actually had to race his way to the top, and Richard Petty the same way, and the other greats besides them. And now they got handed to them. And that's the same thing Tony Stewart's doing right now. They basically told if he didn't retire, they were going to age him out. So you're too old to run. Your reflexes are not the way they used to be.
Really?
Yeah, they're starting to age people out and get the young blood in there. So they're more amped to appeal to the fans, and Tony Stewart owns Eldora Speedway, which is in Indiana. Nice dirt track, great dirt track. And he wanted NASCAR to go down there and run, and they wouldn't do it. They said that NASCAR would never run on dirt. Bristol, they turned to dirt for NASCAR this year. They're going to be running on dirt at Bristol. And Tony Stewart and Ray Everham, who was Wonder Boy's crew chief, those two have started their own league that's going to be starting up, just like Dale Earnhardt wanted to do.
Like how he went, wow.
Yep. So a different aspect because they're going to run a different type of car, I think, than what Dale's going to run. But there's nothing stock about the stock car anymore. They're actually talking about doing the wheels like Indy, where there's only, you go in and you take the tire off and put the tire back on. Whereas NASCAR, you got to go like, that's about the only thing stock on a stock car anymore.
Wow, so you're a huge NASCAR fan.
I was.
So you know a lot about the sport.
Yeah, I was.
Well, rest in peace, Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah. What? I never told you I was on pit crew.
You were on a pit crew?
Pit crew for ARCA, which is basically, ARCA cars are basically the same car that a lot of the ARCA cars are the old NASCARs.
Mm-hmm.
They buy them out, and they run basically on the same tracks.
Wow, so you know how
Now-
to change the tires out?
Well, I didn't change the tires. I was just kind of an all-purpose guy, whatever they needed.
Were you the water guy? The water boy?
Yeah, I
you
was the water
squirt
boy.
the water in their mouth when they pulled
I
up?
was the water boy. And the windshield peeler.
The windshield peeler.
That was sign holder. Time to pit. No, the guy that I did, my buddy actually was the crew chief. And they bought the cars. They were brought, Michigan has what the heck is the name of that? It's a fairground up in near Grand Rapids. I can't remember the name of the track that's there, but it was an ARCA track and so the ARCA team come. He bought these cars from these ARCA guys. A couple days before we had time to work on them because the race got canceled that day, and so we worked on them, got them up and running. He didn't know how to drive. Actually, I think he got kicked out of NASCAR because of his driving.
It was that bad.
And you got to have a license. You got to be. I mean, anybody in NASCAR is a good driver because you've got to pass the test and everything to get to that level. I mean, you got to be able to drive to get that level. And you got to drive to a certain point. You may not be the best driver on a track, but you got to be able to drive. So I'm not saying any of those drivers are not capable of doing what needs to be done on the track. All of them are, because they wouldn't be at that level if they weren't. And so anyway, but this guy, he caused a big wreck at Daytona, and that was his last race, and I think that's his last race ever. But in ARCA, when we ran at the track up in Michigan, he ran about 5 laps and pulled in and said the motor was shot. And I'm like, because I went there, I was the first one on the scene to help him get out of the car.
Yeah.
And he walked away and left and everything, and I'm like, there ain't nothing wrong with this car.
Did you see that commercial years ago? It was a Super Bowl commercial with Jeff Gordon, and the Pepsi commercial. I think it was Pepsi, and he went to a dealership to try out.
Yeah.
It was a Camaro.
Yeah.
And he acted like he didn't know anything about cars,
Yep.
and then he just goes crazy, like drive. Oh man, that was
hilarious.
I was laughing my head off, man. He gunned it, man.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. All right, well, we are 12 minutes past our hour mark.
He was in the movie too. Was it Space
I don't doubt it.
Jam?
He was probably in
The Bugs Bunny one.
Space Jam.
Was it Space Jam? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in that. The car winked at him.
You winked at him. That's a very important role in that movie. All right, guys, we gotta wrap this up. We're on all kinds of rabbit trails. Thank you for tuning in to the most boring,
I don't know,
craziest, dumb podcast you ever watched.
Yep, that's it. That's what we're all about.
Maybe that's what we should do. Make this such a horrible, stupid podcast that people actually love it.
Well, I mean, we could go miniature golfing and
Let's do that at the same time while we're doing a podcast.
get some wireless mics.
So you could carry this around and then have the mics just like... All right, anyways, we're going on and on and on. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to This Can Make Us Famous podcast. You're amazing. I love you as usual. And guys, like I always say, let's make the world a better place. Hugs, love, happiness.
Do one good deed at a time.
Do one good deed at a time. And this world will be a better place. And it takes all of us to do.
Stop
all
before
right,
you
here
close.
we go, Charlie.
No,
Every single close.
This is cool. This is awesome.
Oh my God.
Since we're talking about doing one good thing, this guy owns a restaurant or something down near Chicago. Okay.
Go ahead.
And there have been a lot of automobile thefts down there. This dude purchased 10 vehicles for people that got their car stolen.
No way.
Yeah. And he didn't stop at that. I just heard the other day this guy, same guy, he's paying for 90 homeless people to stay in hotels.
Really?
Yep.
Well, this guy needs to come over here and help me out. Because my car may or may not be stolen tomorrow. All right, we got to stop. Guys, take it easy. Tune in for the next podcast.
Excuse me.
It's going to be a better one than this one. I hope so.
Thanks for listening to the This Could Make Us Famous podcast. Want to help make someone famous? Have a story to share? Get in touch with us at facebook.com/This Could Make Us Famous. And be sure to subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss a single episode.